Hello friends! Okay, so I'm gonna share this to my other pages. One is called Beauty by Rhea Hope, and then one is called Rhea Coleman. That's kind of like my actual Facebook page. So make sure you're following all of that. When you come on, let me know where you're watching from. Go ahead and hashtag share it in the comments if you've gone ahead and shared this, which I'm so appreciative if you do. So if you're part of any groups or pages here on Facebook, or if you know anyone that enjoys a good makeup tutorial, go ahead and share this to their page, and we'll go ahead and get started in just a second. Just getting out my brushes. So today we're going to do kind of a newer type of coverage. Not necessarily new, just I don't normally do this type of coverage. I prefer more matte coverage, more matte, like full coverage. Try not to say it again. But I know it's not all about me. So I'm going to show you guys how to achieve a really gorgeous kind of dewy finish, full coverage with our stick foundation. So all of the stick foundations are in stock. So I'm going to show you how to highlight, how to contour, and how to get coverage. So if you really love a cream or a stick foundation, you're going to love this tutorial. And also if you are into more kind of easy, quick, less messy, less is more type foundation, I think the stick foundation would also be a really good option for you. As far as colors go, it's very simple. Whatever color you wear in the liquid foundation, that's the color you're going to be in your stick foundation. They're the same shades. For highlighting, you're going to want the lightest shade possible, which is the shade Scarlet. And then for contouring, hi mom, for contouring, the best shade for that is the shade Chenille. For anyone. So pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy. So I, again, have never done a tutorial like this, so hopefully it turns out good. I'm going to pin up my hair without trying to mess up my bangs. And we'll get started. But when you come on, let me know where you're watching from. If you're new to one of my tutorials before, if you've never seen one of them, go ahead and hashtag newbie in the comments so I can welcome you. All right, so like I said, we're going to be doing something different, so bear with me here as I kind of navigate this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is highlight. So I'm going to use the stick foundation in the shade Scarlet. Thank you. This ring I actually got in Italy, so can't link it unless you want to go to Italy. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, another really great option for this coverage is if you don't like layerable coverage, like if you don't like I know a lot of people who don't like wearing foundation and concealer on top and pressed powder on top of that. So this is a good option because it's not really layering at all. It's pretty much like where you put it, that's where the product is, if that makes any sense. It'll make sense as we go. Thank you. I'm going to give you guys full outfit details on my really cute little blouse, my necklaces, my fun earrings, over on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you do so. All you have to do is search Rhea Hope on Instagram. And I always link all of my outfits and my fun stuff. I'm going to give you guys an outfit detail there. And I'm also going to give you an update on the backyard. Some fun things are happening back there. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. My name there is just Rhea Hope, and you'll click on the profile pictures so you can watch that replay or watch them go. Okay, so we are going to go in first with the stick foundation, like I said, and I'm going to go straight in with this on my under eye, and this is going to act as our highlight, and it's also going to act as our coverage. So I'm going to pop this all up in here. And then I'm going to highlight kind of like around my mouth and my forehead a little bit. Okay, so I'm not going to blend that in just yet. So now I'm going to take my stick foundation in the shade Lace. So that was the shade Scarlet, which you can think of kind of as your highlighter, or I'm not your highlighter, as your concealer. Now we're going to use the stick foundation in the shade Lace, which is like my true shade. And I'm just going to pretty much mark up everywhere else with this. And this is going to act as our coverage. But I really do love this stick foundation because it's super just easy. It's just self-explanatory easy. We all know how to mark up our face and look like an Indian. And now we're going to go in with this kabuki brush, which you guys, the stick foundations, I look so funny right now. The stick foundation and the kabuki brush are all on sale in the Kudos. So if you haven't checked out the Kudos, make sure that you do. It's a perfect way to grab these products on sale. All right, so always blend down the neck, and I'm just kind of like bouncing this off my face. Sorry, my nephew just got here. And kind of bounce it off my face like this, and this is going to start to blend it in really, really well without moving around the product too much. So I'm focusing on the shade Lace first to blend that in, because I don't want to overlap the concealer and or not the concealer, but the lighter color. All right, so same thing here. And then really start to buff this in, but you kind of see how I'm using kind of stippling motions, kind of like bouncing it off my skin, not really like massaging it in, more like kind of bouncing and tugging. Yeah, you're shipped. Hello from France. So much for the info on those cute fabric hairs. Oh, yay! Perfect, Sandy. You're gonna love those. The brush and the stick have an amazing together. Totally agree. Okay, so now for the highlight portion, I'm just going to do the same exact thing. I'm just kind of like pressing. I'm sorry I'm making like such funny faces, but I just don't want to jab myself in the eyeball on live. Not live, it'd be okay. All right, so as you can see, there is such incredible light. It doesn't feel like I have anything on my skin. It doesn't really even look like I have anything on my skin, but my skin doesn't look red at all. You can't see any of my blemishes at all. And my skin looks very, very dewy and very healthy and glowy. So this right here was the stick foundation in the shade Lace and Scarlet. That's what I have on right now. Scarlet on my under eye, Lace all over. And then now I'm going to take the stick foundation in the shade Chenille, which is a darker shade, and we're going to contour with this. So I have never done this before, so I'm going to go slow. It's always easy to blend or to add more than it is to blend out. So I'm very lightly kind of like tapping. I didn't really tap on this side. I kind of like drug it, but we're going to just kind of tap, tap, tap. Same thing around here. Okay. So now that I've done that, and I really like tapped, like I did not use like hardly any of this product, which is really cool because it's going to last you forever. So now, what do I want to blend this out with? I think I'll just use my kabuki brush. We'll try this first. I want to use like a very light hand because I don't want to move the product around too much, but I want it to look blended. Okay, so this is the motion. Yep, this is it. Golden ticket. So I'm tapping like this. Tap, tap, tap. This is blending out the product really nicely without like over exaggerating it. Meaning it's not like going everywhere, but it's not like diminishing it to where like you can't see what I have on. So tap, tap, tap. That's the golden ticket. So if you don't love powder, I know a lot of people who hate powder coverage, like altogether, you're like bronzer, no. Pressed powder, no. So if that's you, the stick foundations are a really great option. And as you can see, you can contour with them. Oh my gosh, I really like the contour up here. This is really pretty. And I'm just tapping, just like this. I'm actually going to add just a little bit more on this side. And again, this is a stick foundation in the shade Chenille. The one nice thing about having my roots this dark is not worrying about the makeup getting in my hair. I forgot how nice it is to be a brunette. Okay, so I'm just kind of dabbing this like this. And I haven't set anything yet, and I haven't set it on purpose. All right, around the jawline, like so. And then always blend down the neck. It really is effortless. I'm telling you, like, I'm not like some crazy professional. I didn't go to school. I'm fully self-taught. Like, I've never done this before. I've never done a full stick foundation coverage. I've never contoured with cream before, ever. Like, ever. So if I can get this great of outcome my first time ever, so can you. Like, this is like perfect learning experience for us all. So again, that was the stick foundation, the shade Chenille, and I actually really, really love that contour. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, it's really good. Okay, so now I am oily skinned, so I do need to set it no matter what. So I'm actually going to take my smaller blending bud, and I'm just going to kind of press this on my under eye, and just anywhere that I feel like it doesn't look blended in enough. So for me, it's always my T-zone. My T-zone has the larger pores. It's always what's creasing. It's always what looks really oily. and my eyelids. So I'm going to take my blending bud and I'm just going to go over those areas and really smooth it out in those sections. Okay, so now that we've done that, now I'm ready to set it. So I'm going to take my dry beauty blender and I'm going to take my setting spray and I'm going to spritz it with this. And then now I'm going to take my Touch Behold translucent setting powder, this guy, and I popped the cap off mine so I could use it for baking. And now I'm going to press it in and squeeze some of that so not all of it comes off. And now I'm going to set just where we use the lighter colors. I don't want to go over my contour with this, but I want to go over the lighter where we use like the shade Scarlet. So just here in the center, because the setting powder is translucent, meaning you can't, or I'm sorry, it's like a white almost. So I don't want to contour I don't want to use this everywhere because it will take away from my contour, but I do need to set my nose a little bit, so we might have to contour a little bit with powder there. So I'm sticking to like the T-zone and my under eyes especially. All right, I'm also going to use this in this area and around my mouth. Okay, and this technique is called baking, which is like using a lot of the product. Yeah, the stick foundation is definitely really, really easy. It's definitely user-friendly, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm going to sweep away any of that residue because I don't want too much on. I just want it to simply set the makeup so it doesn't move around or crease. Now, the setting powder is really, really great. If you do have drier skin, you could get away with using it with the stick foundation. Like the two kind of cancel each other out almost. Like the stick foundation is very hydrating. The setting powder can be a little bit drying if you do have dry skin. So kind of playing around with that. So now I'm going to take my pressed powder. So this is the Mineral Touch pressed powder in the shade Chenille, and we are going to set our contour with this. I don't have issues with the liquid or spray laying beautiful, but the stick is blotchy. What do you suggest? So Samantha, the stick might not be your best option. You might need the liquid. So everyone's skin is different. So just listen to your skin. If your skin is like, don't like the stick stuff, try the liquid. So I always love to give you guys options on how, or like different products to try and how to use them. But I'm not saying like you have to use these products. So my contour is going to look real bold today, but it's all good. Okay, so we're going to set the contour. And I'm going to, instead, I usually kind of contour and then blend out. But since we've already contoured and we're using this product to kind of set it, I'm using a very light hand. Very, very, very light hand. And I'm kind of going to swirl over this area rather than contour. Because I don't want to make it super, super bold, but just bold enough. And then now this is when we can kind of fix our nose contour. It's kind of fun because we essentially are using our contour as our coverage, which is I've never done before. But I kind of like it. It's very bold, very gorgeous. Okay, so the reason that I contoured before I set the rest of my face is because of how dark this looks. I want to be able to have time to be able to go back and like fix it and like lighten it up to make it look a little more natural and neutral. Yes, the stick foundation is a really good option. I feel like I have a hair for concealer, like a replacement. All right, so now I'm going to take my pressed powder in the shade Taffeta, and I'm going to go over just kind of around the contour, and in this area where it looks really bold, I'm just going to take my pressed powder brush and kind of go over that area tapping. So not only is this going to set everywhere else, but it is going to lighten up the contour just a tad, which you can already see it already looks so much more blended and so much better. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is like such fast coverage. I can't believe we're like done. Okay, so I'm going to use my blush now, and we're going to use the shade Sisterly for this, which is such a gorgeous blush. If you're going for that like really pretty dewy, hydrated, like healthy, glowy finish, this is the blush for you. Again, it's the shade Sisterly, and it has this really pretty sheen to it. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Look at that. All right, so now to complement our like dewy coverage, we're gonna do the Touch Mode Luminizer, and this is in the cream. And we're gonna take it on our finger, and I'm just going to kind of very lightly and kind of work this into my skin. And the reason that you want to use your finger rather than like a sponge or a brush is from the heat from your finger, from your hand, is going to really melt the product into your makeup, making it look much more smoother and much more blended. But this is such a pretty contour and highlight combo. Yay! Yeah, I know, right? It lined it up quite a bit, which is perfect. I really love this contour, you guys. This might need to be like a everyday thing. The blush is so good, you guys. If you haven't grabbed the shade Sisterly yet, you need to. It's so amazing. Okay, so highlight is on. Again, that was a Touch a la Mode Luminizer, and that was the stick form, which I love, 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 love. Thank you. Yeah, it turned out really great, you guys. I was a little skeptical, I wasn't gonna lie. I was like, I don't know how this is gonna look. I've never done this before, which can be scary. Okay, so kabuki brush, definitely snag that in the kudos, you guys, if you haven't already. All right, so now we're already ready for our brows. So I'm just gonna comb through them a little bit to get the brows moving in all the same direction. And then I'm gonna show you guys a really pretty eye combo that's super fast and easy. It's only essentially one product, and a really pretty lip look that's still in stock. So let's throw on our eyebrows really fast so we can get to that. Yes, so the coverage that I always do, my routine before I put on my makeup is always setting spray, primer, setting spray. Always, always, always that combo. And it is the best because it holds all of your makeup into place. It really gives your foundation a very perfect surface to sit on top of. And it really does make a big difference in the outcome and how full coverage your makeup looks. I wish, Lori, but I'm here live. We can do makeup together. What is the comparable highlight if Lustrous is out? Pearly would be the next closest color to that, Lisa. Pearly, which I actually really do love that color as well. Hello? No, Sisterly is staying in stock. Thank the Lord. But I really love that blush color. It's so flattering on. All right, so now I'm using my Brow Obsession palette with the Brow Artist brush, and this is such a good palette for throwing on your eyebrows, especially if you are wanting a product to last you a really long time. This palette will never go out. It's so long lasting. It is retiring, however, so make sure you snag it ASAP so you can have the best go-to brows ever. It's such a good palette, and I'm using again the Brow Artist brush with this. And we essentially just kind of outline our brows and then color them in, just like that. So fast, so easy, you guys. A caveman could do it. All right, so now for our eyes, we're gonna do our eyeliner in the shade Perfect. And I'm gonna line my waterline with this on both sides. And then for today's eye look, we're gonna do something really bronzy and really, really easy. So I'm gonna take my pressed powder in the shade Chenille. If you guys haven't snagged this yet, definitely do so. It is such a good product because one, you can use it as your contour color. Guys, can you check out that contour? My goodness, so good. I use the stick foundation in the shade Scarlet, Lace, and Chenille today. And now I'm taking the pressed powder in the shade Chenille, and we're putting this all over our eye, and we're working it into the crease and the brow bone. So something to keep in mind when you're doing your eyeshadow is just rainbow, rainbow, zigzag. Thinking that little saying when you're doing your eyeshadow really does make a big difference on how blended and how soft the eyeshadow is going to look on your skin. So rainbow, rainbow, zigzag. So it's going to force you to kind of blend it out as you're going, as opposed to just ending up with like a stamped on eye that you then have to blend out later. So rainbow, rainbow, zigzag through the eye is going to blend it out. And the fluffy crease brush is a must-have. All right, so now we're going to take our liquid eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Ornate. It is the most gorgeous bronzy eyeshadow ever. It's such a good product. It is amazing if you have hooded eyes, if you have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles, if you have oily eyelids, or if you just struggle with getting your eyeshadows to stay in place all day. This is the product that you want It is so incredible. It's not going out of stock or retiring. It is so incredible. And we're taking our fluffy crease brush and now we're just blending that out. And the reason that we did chenille first is so we could blend it out together and see how it looks like it fades up, which is super easy. It's like, haha, tricked ya. Makes it simple. And then this side, again, the shade Ornate, we're just going all over the lid with this. And we're done with this. And now I'm going to take my fluffy crease brush and I'm just kind of dabbing at it. And then once we've dabbed, now I'm going to work this into the crease and the brow. And I'm swirling this outside corner and I'm using a very light hand. I'm not pushing very hard at all to get this on here. So crease or outer corner and then work this in to the crease like that. Okay, and now I'm going to take my liner shader brush, which I should have grabbed. There you are. And I'm going to take my brow my brow obsession palette, and I'm going to grab this darker color that we use for our eyebrows, and I'm going to grab that, and I'm just going to line my bottom waterline with this just to give it more of like a cohesive finish, kind of smoked out look. Which, again, I'm all about using products multiple ways, especially if it saves you money. So, Brow Obsession Palette, you guys. Does all the work for you in all the different areas. Tricked ya. I agree with the early post that you put down everything you used today along with the brushes. Yes, I will absolutely put the full product list in the comments after I get off here. So if you haven't done so yet, make sure you comment something right now. A hi, hello, whatever. That way, when I get off and I give you guys the full product list, you will have, it'll like alert you. It'll be like, Rhea commented on her live video. So that way you'll know that it's me giving you the product list. All right, I'm going to set my makeup so everything stays in place all day long before I go in with my mascara. So my mascara just doesn't get even more wet when we apply it. I'm going to clean up my eyeshadow a little bit too. I forgot to do that. So we're going to do that. But I know I've kind of missed a lot of the comments. So feel free to message me if I have missed one of your comments, if I didn't answer it throughout the tutorial, or if you need to be color matched, or if you need any recommendations, just send me a selfie facing window and I can give you a full recommendation on what products to get. Or if you really love the stick foundation coverage and you're not sure what shades to grab, just let me know and I can tell you. All right, so I am going to fix my eyeshadow up a little bit. I'm just taking my Beauty Blender, my Blending Bud by Unique. If you guys don't have these yet, highly recommend. They're usually my favorite way to apply my foundation, but see how much softer that looks? And I just like barely tugged at it, just a tad. I'm going to take my crease brush again. I'm going to blend that out just a little more. Okay, now for mascara, we're going to do the lash primer. You guys, the lash primer, the lash primer actually won a bunch of awards recently, which I think is so cool. So just like it's a crime not to prime your skin, same goes with your lashes. Priming your lashes is so crucial for getting your lashes to be really, really long, really luscious, really gorgeous. And also our lash primer helps to curl the lashes and it hydrates them. So it seriously is game changer for getting longer, luscious lashes. Say that 3 times fast. So the key to using the lash primer, I like to put it on and then wait just like a few seconds for it to dry a little bit. And then you're going to want to go immediately in with a 40 fiber mascara, which this mascara is the best ever. Oh my gosh, it's so, so good. It gives you the best length and volume. It's like not like one of those other mascaras where they promise you all this length and then you have no volume. Your lashes look like spider legs. This gives you both. Top my hair, it's a crime not to prime. That's awesome. All the recommendations earlier, you ordered everything. Yay, I'm so excited for you. Love the eyeshadow color. You look amazing. Thank you. You're so sweet. I'm still looking around the products, so definitely plan to order today. Yay, Tana. Sorry, I feel like I definitely did not say your name right. Message me if you need any other help, okay? How much is the kudos? That's a good question. I forget. I think it's like in the 70s. But you get your choice of primer, you get your choice of foundation, and you get your choice of facial brush. So you could essentially get everything I just put on. You can get the kabuki brush, you can get the stick foundation, and you can get the primer, which is a killer deal. And you can actually switch out the primer for any of the setting products. So then you could get another kudos, and you could get the tapered blusher brush, which is what I contoured with. And you can get a stick foundation in the lighter shade for your concealer. And then you can get the setting spray. So you can really kind of tweak it to save a grip of money, actually. So if you buy multiple kudos, that's probably how I would do it. But you can always message me if you're not sure kind of what to grab in your kudos to get the most out of it. But feel free to message me. You're so welcome. 96 for Canadians. Okay, 78. Aha, I knew it was 770s. I was close. Okay, so now for our lips. Guys, I'm so excited for this lip combo. I did it yesterday, just kind of messing around, and I was like, ooh, this is actually really pretty. I have to do this live. They're gonna love it. So, I'm a neat freak, so let me clean up a little bit. Okay, so what we're gonna do for today's lip look, so we're gonna take the lip liner in, surprise, surprise, the shade, not chenille, oh my goodness. The shade Prudent, which is my favorite, and it's still in stock. I was looking at it earlier today. The lip liners are going out of stock, so make sure that you snag them if you haven't done so yet. So lip liner, and also the pencil sharpener is going out of stock, so make sure you grab this because it's the best sharpener I've ever used. All right, so we're gonna line our lips with this. And these lip liners are seriously so good. They're creamy, they're matte, they glide on, they have an all-day hold. And they help your lipstick stay in place. They help it to not bleed or budge. All right, so we're gonna line our lips with this. And then I'm gonna feather this through my lips, which is gonna alter the color. Okay. And this color is honestly really pretty all by itself. So once we put that on, now we're gonna use our lipstick in the shade, I ordered quite a few Prudents. Now I'm going to use my lipstick, the Opluence lipstick in the shade Extravagant, which is this really pretty pinky coral color. Now, when I put it on, I'm not going to worry about like the whole lip because I really want to blend it out myself. So I'm going to take it just in the center like that, and now I'm going to take it on my finger and use my finger to blend this out. Just like that. Which this color all by itself is so pretty. But we ain't done yet. Now we're going to take the lip gloss in the shade Loveable, which is a really pale pink, but together it lightens it up into making it the most pretty, like neutrally corally pink. So we're going to pop that right in the center. Just like that. Ta-da! So that is the whole lip look of the ring. So this is, I got it in Italy. So I don't have a link to that. I apologize. But let me know if you guys need any recommendations as far as foundation. So if you missed it, I'm going to recap what I have on. So on my face, I highlighted, contoured, and did the coverage all with the stick foundation in the shade Lace for all over, Scarlet for concealer, and Chenille for my contour. Then I set my skin using the setting powder, and then I contoured with, or I set the contour with the pressed powder in the shade Chenille. We did taffeta all over for any other extra coverage that I needed. On our eyes, we did the liquid eyeshadow in the shade Ornate. And then we did on our lips the lip liner in Prudent, the lipstick in Extravagant, and the lip gloss in Loveable. And all of these are available. Pouty and Prudent are very similar, but Pouty is more like a brown nude, and Prudent is more of like a peachy pink nude. So that's kind of the difference. And then Loveable is going to be very similar to the shade Lucid, but more pink undertoned. But yeah, make sure that you snag as much of these products as you can. Right here, RheaHopeBeauty.com. I have a full list of all the things that are retiring on my page, so if you wanted to see that, that is saved there. But you can always message me if you guys need any help or if you need any recommendations. I'm here to help you guys. So yeah, send me a selfie facing a window. I linked where you can actually message me above, so if you are not Facebook savvy, that's totally okay. All you have to do is click my name, Rhea Coleman, above, and that will take you straight to my Facebook page where you can send me a message. So feel free to message me and I will be able to help you. BB cream and CC cream, it's basically the same thing, just by different companies pretty much. I can't really even tell you what the main difference is, but I can tell you that our BB cream is more of a lighter coverage than a CC cream. In my personal opinion, CC cream is exactly the same of liquid foundation. I don't really see the difference there, so I hope that helped. But you can always message me if you need any help. So I will see you guys on Instagram for the rest of the day. And like I said, message me those selfies facing your windows and I can give you a recommendation on what products to grab, because you guys, this stick foundation, I'm like really sad it took me this long to do this makeup look because I love it. It's so light, you guys. It's so light on my skin. Doesn't feel like I have anything on. Yes, I will always respond to you guys. Always, always. The comments after I get off usually disappear though. So if you don't hear back from me on your comment, it's because I don't see it. Facebook doesn't show me every comment, unfortunately. So message me. That is the best way to get help or a recommendation, or if you have a question, anything at all. So send me a message. I use the shade Brunette in the brow palette today. But let me know if I can help you guys out at all. See you guys over on Instagram now. My name is Rhea Hope over there. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.